Hey, what's going on? This is my Game of Thrones Season 5 Kraken predictions with Dawn the Kraken Wit, and I have some friends with me. This is my friend Zoe. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi YouTube. I'm Zoe, and I've only watched the show, but he's guided me along the way, and I started watching it because of him, and I'm happy to be here.
Cool. My man, LT, man, thanks for coming. Take it away, sir.
What's up, everybody? LT Giles here, and we're just doing a prediction show, talking about the season 5, what we think is going to happen, and a lot of great predictions. Happy to be here too.
Excellent. All right, so I figured that we would try our best to start with the events that are happening north and as far north as we can get and try our best to work our way down. I wanted to throw the idea out there, strictly show-wise. I think I've narrowed it down to we've at least seen 4 different kinds of whites or White Walkers, whatever you want to call them. And I'll break it down real quick. I think the reanimated dead is one kind. I believe that the the ones that we saw in the very first episode that chased down Waymore Royce, and it seemed like they were jumping in between trees, like they were fast, they were athletic, and so they seemed kind of like a scouting party or regiment to me, so that's 2 different kinds right there. And then let's take the one that we saw on top of the dead horse that was leading that, undead army. I believe that's kind of a general captain kind of standpoint of these figures, and I think he was resembled a little bit older, maybe not, but he seems kind of like the same one that Sam had killed
Yeah.
in the show, and they were slow, and you see how slow he was walking up to him. Maybe time does, affect these creatures. And then of course we see the king.
Yeah, the king. He had
Yeah,
like a crown, even it
yeah,
looked like.
that turned the Craster's babies, or we don't know where he got that baby from, but I think there may be a possibility of 4 different kinds. And mind you, when we did see that king person, he had there was like 13 little silhouettes behind him,
Yeah, it looked like, I don't know. It looked like some type of official, I don't know, like
like group army
yeah,
council, yeah.
council, yeah, council. But you said that one of them you thought looked like, kind of more official, like a captain, not the king, but you said like a captain. The one that was on top of the horse, was that the one?
Yeah, the one that was carrying the baby, he actually was wearing, armor and things like that. The one that Sam killed and the one that was riding that horse, he wasn't wearing anything. He was wearing like a little loincloth,
Yeah, yeah.
and that was about it.
Like, I'm thinking maybe what if there are, because you use the term captain, what if there are like different
Tiers.
rankings? Yeah, of them. They might be the same thing, but the one that you just mentioned with the loincloth, that seems kind of tribal just because, like, just what I know of what history and whatever seems more
But
tribal.
he was in charge of that large army of
Right, so that
undead.
does give him another perspective.
LT?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing you said about the one on top of the horse. He looked like similar to the one that Sam killed. And the one in the first episode, where it's at the very end, like you see him and he looks so cool, his blue eyes, and he's got that sword. And that dude, I want to see that White Walker again. I thought that White Walker was really cool.
See, like, it seemed like a different kind of White Walker, and I didn't think it was too far fetched to throw out there, be like, hey, those scouting Night's Watchmen that are out there running around, and checking on wildlings and whatnot. Well, the Whites have a small squad of spec ops, like to go out there, and
Special ops
yeah,
whites.
special ops Whites, and but one cool thing I don't know if I've told you, but a difference between whites in the books and the show, they were wearing like very
Armor
reflective armor, you know, like
in the book.
or yeah, in the book versus the show, very reflective armor, you know. It wasn't so like loincloth
Yeah.
leather. It kind of, in the show they seem nomadic kind of people, just picking up like skins and pelts and
Right,
stuff
like
like that.
when I first seen a White Walker, I kind of knew, or a white, I knew what it was because I was like, oh, I've heard of this. Like I know that's what we're afraid of at first. The first episode, someone's getting killed by it. You're like, whoa, what the heck is this? It's a monster, I think. But then the way you pointed it out, that throughout even the show, you see, a different, like even their clothing and the look of their skin and what they're wearing. That's cool that you pointed that out, because now I feel like when I do rewatch it, because of course that's going to happen, especially before season 5, I'm going to notice those things and I'll be able to come up with some ideas.
LT?
Because
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't
oh
mean to
no,
cut
you're
you off.
fine.
Oh,
LT, you can keep going.
I think we're gonna learn some stuff that we've never learned about the White Walkers in season 5. And in
yeah.
the trailer at Hardhome, you see a hand smashing through the wall, and a lot of people who videos I've seen say they think that might be a white.
That's interesting. Yeah, just from watching the show, you do get a certain interest, because we have John at the wall and all these people on the wall like that have seen these things, have fought them. The wildlings know that they're there, and we don't know too much about them just from watching the show. And I'm just like, whoa, what are these things gonna do? Like, what are they capable of? I know they're taking babies, like they're baby snatchers.
That fist that's coming through that wall, I was looking at it. I was like, pause, play. You know, I went real slow with it, and it looks like a human fist and arm, not that very rigid White Walker, you know,
Dead flesh.
made of ice, kind of, you know, the real big bad guys. It looked like a reanimated, you know, human that was recently dead, you know. And remember the guy in the very first season that came back, that John burned, when he
Yeah,
came back, he was so aggressive, you know, like he was just like, it's
Ready.
like, yeah, he had so much adrenaline pumping through him that
right.
could punch through a wall.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think it's one of the big bad boys that, you know, is everybody's fearing.
Yeah, so he was a berserker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. So you're telling me that not only do we have the, like, White Walker zombie people that come back to life, but we have a whole nother, like, bigger, yeah, because we even see it.
Race of,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the one episode we do see the guy, the white, on top of the horse with that huge army. Like, what are they
See,
about to do?
no. And there's one thing I wanted to point out in that scene where he like points his spear and everything. When the camera focuses on the army, one of the undead people has a round shield on its back, and it has the dire wolf of the Stark house on it. I'll show it to you. I swear. And I noticed on the rewatch of the show, and I just thought that was so interesting. You know, that there was a Stark shield on the back of, you know, one of these zombies. You know, it's a white zombie,
I mean, I guess
basically.
they keep their things, or maybe they take them. Like,
LT, man.
that
I
sounds.
did.
Yeah, everybody's hitting you up, man. You're the
I
big
said I
dog.
finally turned my notifications off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we asked him to turn his notifications off because everybody in the world was hitting this man up earlier.
And we hear beep.
Ding.
I'm like, whoa.
Hey, you know what, LT? You're just a likable guy, man.
You're
You know
Mr.
what? Yeah.
I wonder who the White Walkers are actually working for. I mean, they say they're working for the Great Other, but I mean, do we actually know that? I mean,
I thought that ultimately, at first, the Great Other was like that King White that I seen at the end of the episode.
Hey, hold up. Does anybody strictly watching the show have any idea who the Great Other is?
Heck no.
oh,
No, I don't
you're,
think so.
you're right.
Spoiler alert!
Sorry.
Spoiler alert! No, let's go ahead and use that as that king guy.
I swear
Okay.
that's who I thought it was. Because just from you talking to me and me getting spoiled, but I like it. Um, I associated that guy with the Great Other dude. So, yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Or the Night's King. Maybe it's the same guy. All right, whatever. All right, so
Who's that?
let's go. Um, about the whites, White Walkers. All right, so they're actually gonna come into play with this. I heard a couple people, reading reviews and stuff. They were upset about John like being at Hardhome, in the trailers and him traveling north and everything like that. I was like, well, instead of like versus the books, he's hit a pretty high rank and whatnot. Instead of hearing of a lot of things that are going on beyond the wall, and it kind of being dull with John staying at Castle Black, how about all of these really cool events that happen north of the wall, just as a character, take Jon Snow and send him there. Instead of hearing about Hardhome, let's end the show. Let's send him to Hardhome. And then as a show, see what pans out. Like you saw him, they were scuffling about. There was a big fight in the trailer, and then all of a sudden it's like epic Jon Snow, Kit Harington, like the wind is blowing through his hair, and he's like staring up, at like kind of if there's a ridge up there, and maybe you see like an army of whites or White Walkers,
And he's
and
like, charge! No, that'd be awesome.
no, I think most people probably be running.
Yeah, because I don't know if they're prepared. I don't know if we're prepared. Like, that's the one thing I don't know just from watching the show. I'm hearing all the time, like, we know that there's something bigger out there and that we're supposed to be afraid of it. Now we've got the wildlings on our side, so
Well, yeah, like John was in the show. I watched this last night because it was such a good scene. John is standing in that tent trying to convince Mance Rayder to let him live and become.
when he first gets to
Yeah,
their
yeah,
camp.
when he first gets there, and he was like, I've seen one of them. Like they took one of Craster's babies, and he was like, I want to fight for the side that fights for the living.
Yeah.
Did I come to the right place? And dude, that actor that plays Mance, I forget his name, but he's such a large human being. Like he was just like towering over John, and it was just so intimidating, and he was like, well, it looks like we need to get you a new cloak, oh man, it just really pumped me.
But he played Caesar on Rome.
I never watched that. Never watched that.
But from what you were saying, the first time watching that, yeah, I definitely noticed that Mance was bigger, and he's the king beyond the wall. So I was like, he seems a bit fitting for the position. And I also seen a giant for the first time, and that was pretty cool. And then Egret, she was like, I've seen him like hammer men into the ground like nails, and I'm like,
yeah.
Meanwhile, he is spiking something into the ground with his fist.
Then he does a little nostril
Flare,
like a bull, and you see like the change of temperature like come out of his nose. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, LT, what do you think about John?
Well, this season we're gonna see John just mature more and keep on with leadership and stuff, and we're gonna see him rise to power, in my opinion.
Rise to power, what does that mean?
Just get more powerful, and he's gonna unite the wall.
Yeah, I feel like John is making big moves just from watching the show. Like you start to gain a certain like you want to rally behind him, just like with Rob when you saw him making the moves to unite the North and he took the position of king. You started rallying behind him because you're like, yeah, like what else am I supposed to do? And it's I feel like that's gonna definitely be interesting. I'm excited for it. I want to see him unite the wall, as LT says. Like that's gonna
We're
be
definitely going to see a lot of John and Stennis this season. You know, a lot of talking between them two, and I think that's going to be really awesome.
Yeah, and I was also wondering, spoilers right now, but if during a lot of those John and Stannis, is there going to be a pink letter introduction?
awesome.
If we do, I think that'll be towards the very end of the season.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. In my opinion, I saw the trailer where John was talking to Mance and about his pride, and Mance Raider was like sitting down, and like he shot up out of his chair and went and got in his face, and he was like, pride. He was like, fuck my pride.
Yeah.
Like in coming from the same dude, man. Like I said, it's very intimidating. Like just to me, like if that dude was in my face, I'd be like, oh god, you know.
Where's the news exit?
Yeah, yeah. I think that Mance, Stannis, and John, any kind of interaction is going to happen fairly quickly, in the show because we see him traveling, north and quote unquote having the fight at Hardhome. Like I said, unless, he just goes up there and like frees them wildlings as well and drags them back down, and then he's talking to Stannis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I just want to, from the show perspective, that was a big part. You see Stannis and Mintz in between John, and so it's these three just powerful characters, I guess. And what do you like? What's that about? What are they gonna do? Because does Stannis know about the Whites and the White Walkers and whatnot? Because I don't know
Yeah,
if in the
that's
show.
that's the that's the real fight. That's why they went north.
Okay, so they're all okay. So we've got the Night's Watchmen with the Wildlings, and now Stannis too.
And basically, so Stannis riding out, hiring the people with Melisandre going north to fix the real problem. Jon Snow saying, "I want to fight for the side that's a living," and the Wildlings are saying, "Just let us in because they're going to kill us." And they're people. Everybody wants to save the people. You
That's
know.
awesome. I
Yeah.
like that.
So I think there could be a good triangle going on there.
I got a question for you, Don.
What? What?
Oh, I got a question for you. So, in one of the trailers, it shows Jon Snow in a boat, and you see Tormund Giantsbane in the boat with him. So, do you think that he must recruit Tormund to fight with him to go to Hardhome, right?
Yeah. And I told you earlier, man. Like I'm smack dab in the middle of a storm of swords. But I think that Tormund, even in the show, he's a real goofy guy. He really is. Like I mean, and right before they attack Castle Black, he's saying how he, fucked a she bear, and everything, and then like Egret called
Okay.
him out. Like he really is a happy, pretty funny. I mean, he's a brute. He's a berserker. Like you
Yeah.
saw him fight, But like if you actually get in on his good side, like he's actually quite a stand-up guy.
Okay.
So
I forgot who you were talking about, but then you mentioned that she bear, and yeah.
the dude with the red beard,
Yeah.
remember in Mance called him a chicken eater, like
Oh.
in season 3 he was like, yeah, you see that chicken eater over there?
Yeah, that's like Ebert's crew. That's who we meet her with and whatnot. She's
Madonna,
she's
Madonna said in one of her videos that she thinks that when Tormund's talking about a she-bear, that he might possibly be talking about a Mormont. So maybe he had sex with one of the Mormonts because there's bears from Bear Island.
Yeah.
well.
They do refer to them as she-bears. We got one running around right now. All right, so anything else about Stannis, Whites, Mance, North?
I think we've kind of covered it all. Well,
Stannis is the one true king.
Well, I mean, what was that?
I said Stannis is the one true king.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wonder, it really makes me wonder if he's going to get that throne. Like, I see that he's hungry for it, and he's got Melisandre, and she's capable of, like, some crazy things, and she's having shadow babies. I don't know. I don't know what she's capable of, and I don't know. Like, sometimes, just from watching the show, like, I get a weird feeling that she's evil, and I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like she's up to something.
You and everybody else.
Yeah, she's up to something. So I don't know if I'm too happy that Stannis has her, but she's helping him. I don't know in the best way, if in the best ways.
All right. So, why haven't we seen Sam Tarly in the trailers?
When's the last time we saw Sam? I need a refresher. In the show.
I thought last time I saw him was The Watchers on the Wall, episode 9, when he was kicking ass and taking names.
Oh, when everything was going down and Ygritte got killed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Jon bashed the Then's leader's head in.
Yeah.
With that hammer, that blacksmith hammer, by the way.
We haven't seen, I'll name a few people we haven't seen in the trailer. We haven't seen Alistair Thorne in the trailer. We haven't seen, of course, Gilly Two Like Sam, and we haven't seen Jonas Slint in the trailers. So, maybe they just decided not to show them, so we're probably going to see all three of those characters in this season.
Alright, so here's a spoiler alert for people that may not have read the books. I think the reason why we haven't seen Sam is because Jon may send him on a special recon mission, and what if Sam actually meets Cold Hands beyond the wall and he protects him? Because at this point the Whites and everything, like, they're a big threat now. They're everywhere, so he could escort him to do a certain project.
What is the mission?
I don't know.
And why would he see Cold Hands?
Because
they meet up in the books.
All I know is if Stan runs into Cold Hands, I'm gonna be a very happy man.
If Stannis meets Cold Hands?
No, yeah. If Sam meets, if he meets Cold Hands, yeah, I'm gonna be very happy.
Yeah, so would I. All right, so in spoiler, let's
in spoiler.
Let's go to Arya.
Ooh, I'm so excited for Arya. Because I've been spoiled, like I said. I know what's going on, and I'm just excited to see her get on that. Well, okay, let me just talk from, I guess, the show perspective really quickly. We just see Arya hopping on this boat after she uses this coin that this crazy assassin, awesome assassin though, because he's helping her, gives her, and he's like, heck yeah, I'm about to get it. Like, you're gonna have your own room. Like, we're gonna make you comfortable in here. And you're like, whoa, who's this guy? And she's on a boat. And she's then in the trailer and stuff, you see her knocking on a door, and you're like, what?
Did you notice anything about the door?
Oh, it was black and white.
Yeah, it's the House of Black and White. Yeah.
So I don't know. I want to see Arya grow. Like, because you see her being feisty. I say she has the wolf spirit that, like, her family carries and whatnot. So she's feisty, and, like, you just see her doing things that makes her a badass in a way.
LT.
I'm very excited for Arya this season because she's in Bravos, and they announced that the guy who played Jaqen Hagar is going to be back, and they think he might be this guy called the Kindly Man. So I'm very excited to see that actor back because I really liked him in season 2.
Yeah, I liked him too, just because, like I said, he helped Arya out, and he was a badass, so you can't be mad at anything he does. Like he did all the right things.
Well, she
Oh,
helped him out,
Yeah, she did. She
and
helped
then
him,
he
and then
helped
he
her out.
repaid her. And he, I guess, did he say that he was a follower of her lord? Because he said
Yeah, he
when
was
he,
like, you took away, you know, 3 lives,
hmm
so I have to repay it.
yeah.
Yeah.
there, there's pictures of Mace Tyrell and Meryn Trant in Bravos too. So who knows? Arya might get some revenge or get Meryn Trant.
Oh yeah, she didn't. She has her own names.
Dude, that would be so awesome if the show started really taking Arya and offing the people on her list. You know what I'm
That
saying?
would be
Yeah,
exciting.
dude, I would be 100% on board.
You see it now. I could see Mace Tyrell getting on the ship and like, where's Meryn Trant at? Where the hell's Meryn Trant? And he's walking.
He's like
She
face
hates
down
him.
in a one of the little riverways. No, he would sink because he's covered in armor.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah, I always thought about that. Like, these guys are awesome fighters. They're moving around
These
on a
guys.
battlefield. Well, knights, whatever. But they have this huge armor and stuff like that. And I'm just like, dang, like that must be 90 pounds right there. Plus, you're holding a heavy sword, killing people. I don't know. I guess I give it to them. They're athletic. Like,
They also announced that Mark Gatiss will be back. He plays Tycho Nestoris, so we're gonna get a scene with him or two probably.
who's that?
That's the guy who is the Iron Bank of Bravos that Stannis met last season. That
Yes.
gave the money to Stannis.
Yes.
So, if Stannis has his money and he's already been recast, where is this guy going?
Well, we
Oh
see.
no, Mace Tyrell is probably sent by Cersei or by Cersei to Bravos for the debt. Remember,
Oh,
crown as a debt to the Iron Bank.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. The I guess Casterly Rock ran dry, the gold run dry or something, because they don't have any money anymore.
man, I tell you, like when Davos, like he was standing there, like letting Stannis do his thing with, the Iron Bank of Bravos, the wealthiest thing in the world, and Stannis failed. Like when Davos stood up and took his hand off and said, "Y'all, like, like look, like listen." He was like, if you ever dream of getting paid back, this guy is the only one that's gonna do it.
That was
Like, yeah, man, it fired me up, like big time. I was like, dude, you're right,
it's one of
you
those
know?
goosebump scenes where you get
Yeah.
goosebumps because it gets intense. You're like,
And
damn.
Stannis is just over there like staring out the window, like just like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I did cut his fingers off, by the way. All right. Like oh man, it's just super
What did
cool.
Davos tell John? He said, "You're speaking to the one true king, boy."
Yeah.
And bye. I
Yeah.
love how you said that. Yeah, Stannis, I don't know. He's doing some things. It's from show perspective, not from what you've given me. Like, you do see this guy that all of a sudden he's like, yeah, this throne is mine, and you can't be mad at him because it is his. But then you have Renly, and then Melisandre kills Renly. Well, she has a shadow baby that kills Renly, and you're like, whoa, that was a red flag for me with her. Like, that kind of made me not like her. Um, just because I was like, damn, you could have. That's his brother, man. Like, I don't know if I don't know.
They were about to go to war though.
Yeah, so he might have died anyway, but I would hope that he would spare his brother, like Renly, hopefully, or something would surrender. I don't think he would have. I don't think it would have came to him killing his brother.
Well, anybody on the battlefield would have had to get past the Night of Flowers.
Oh, and Loris, you tell me, was awesome, a badass fighter.
You know, at that point where the smoke baby, I call it the smoke baby, killed Renly. I hadn't read the books yet, so I was like, man, is he gonna kill way more people with this smoke baby?
That's
But
what I thought.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
what
he
I thought
was gonna
too.
kill Spree.
Yeah, like definitely. I had seen that scene, like, and I was like, oh my God, Stannis has a smoke monster
Yeah,
assassin
demon.
that he can use, like at any point in time, like I didn't know it was a freaking one-time use, you
No,
know.
the most crazy part is Davos and the surrounding people watching Melisandre like lay there, and this thing like I don't know if it crawled, if it appeared. It just it
Oh,
was
it crawled out of her. Yeah.
it was crazy. It was crazy, but like you said, I just thought it was gonna get some more people,
Yeah,
be a
I was
ninja
like,
assassin.
everybody's going down.
That yes, that's what
I
immediately
was
made
like-
me think that Stannis was
I
about
was
to
like,
get it.
oh, he wins,
He has a demon, shadow baby, crazy demon squirrel.
Oh, nope, not today. He's a one-time use, so yeah.
What do you think, LT?
You know what I think? I think that we're ready for part 2 of Kraken predictions with Don the Kraken with LT Giles and Zoe.
What's part 2?
we've been on the north. Are we still in the north or?
Yeah, no, I think we're done with the North. Let's stop this one and start a new one so it's not 15 hours long.
Okay.
All right?
Oh, that's part 2.
Yeah,
End scene.
yeah. Little director. Okay, take 2. All right, everybody, thanks for coming by. This is Game of Thrones season 5 Kraken predictions with Don the Kraken Wit. Thanks for coming by, guys, and LT and Zoe. Thanks for coming by too, and hope you check out part 2. Thanks.
See you later, LT.
All right.